Hey YouTube, how everyone out there in the YouTube world? It's Gandalf0987. I'm making this video to hopefully encourage you and inform you about some different eBay techniques you can use. Um, some of these things you can apply to Amazon.com, but most of them I'm going to be talking about eBay. First of all, I'm going to discuss buying. Now, buying, there are different formats. In case you never used eBay, you can use Buy It Now, in which people just list things where one set price is the price, and that's the price you pay, as well as the shipping price. Um, I use that all the time when I'm selling. It makes things really easy. A great thing about Buy It Now is not only is there a set price, but there's Buy It Now or Best Offer, which basically means the price is there's one set price, and then you can send them an offer. Now what I do on mine is I set a limit. So if I have like something I want to sell for $35, I make sure if anyone sends me an offer of, I don't know, $5 or $6, I'll automatically reject it. So that's not what they send me. But anyway, when you're buying yourself, Buy It Now is a great thing because you can get it right then. You don't have to worry about the auction ending. You don't have to wait for all the time for the auction to end. Um, it's just good for a lot of reasons. When you are buying at an auction, there's a lot of pros to that, but some cons with that is you don't know how high it's going to go. You don't know how many people are bidding on it, and so forth. Some little tips when you're buying is you want to make sure that whatever you're looking for is at a price that you're willing to pay. Now, the thing that you can get into is, and it's even happened with me, is when you're buying on an auction that you will make a price. Like say you want to pay $15 for a game, and you put in 15. Let's say the bid is up to 12. Well, that means that basically when the bid goes above $15, then you're not going to be winning the auction anymore. A little tip that you might want to take into advantage is just set a limit, because if you don't set a limit, you're just going to keep paying and paying and paying, and you're just going to keep adding money on when you really, from the beginning, you didn't want to pay that much for the game. That's actually a psychological thing that happens when you're on eBay. It's called, I don't know the term for it, but when you basically, when you see an item and you want to own it, you've already declared in your mind that you own the item. So whatever else someone else bids, you're going to bid higher than they're going to bid. That's not really a good tactic to go with. Really, just this is really important. Just set your price. Say if $15 is seriously the max I will go, set that as your max. Say 15. If it goes higher, so well. Because you know, otherwise you're just going to be paying more and more money for something you don't want. There has been auctions that many times I have won for much lower than I was willing to pay, simply because no one bid on it. Now, the problem with auctions, like I discussed earlier, is you never know how much is going to bid on it, and you don't know how high it's going to go. But if you set your price, you don't have to worry about it. It's kind of like saying, this is my buy it now price, and that's all I'm going to do. Now, some things you can do is, there are flukes in the system, such as, let's say I'm looking for a Sega Genesis lot. When I type in keywords, that's exactly what I'll type in, because if I type in more than that, I'm not going to find, it's going to be too specific. It's not going to find all the stuff I want. Another good thing to put is, instead of Sega Genesis lot, you'll want to put Sega Genesis games, because some people don't list their games that they're selling as a lot. Sometimes they'll list it as games. Case in point, the Captain America lot I got recently. Not a single person bid on that, and I think it was because he didn't have lot in the title. Plus his description was not really that good, but anyway, no one else seemed to bid on that. Now that was a great buy. I got the whole thing for, I think, $16 or $17. 3 games that valued about $40 altogether. So really a good deal in my opinion. But that was a fluke. I was waiting for someone else to bid. They didn't. I just had a feeling about it. Sometimes you got a gut feeling that you should really bid on an item. Some other flukes are where people will describe things or list things, or their pictures won't be that great. Sometimes they'll have new games and they won't even mention it, that the games are sealed. Sometimes the games will be in absolute like new mint condition, but they don't mention it. It's really good to ask questions if you have time. If you don't have time, which was the case with the Sega Genesis lot I had, I just bid on it because the price was so low. I figured I couldn't go wrong. He didn't even describe if the cartridges were good condition. The only picture was a picture of the cases, so I didn't even know if I was getting manuals or not. It wasn't until afterwards I found only one game had the manual. Of course, that didn't hurt too much because the price was still great. Now that's one trick you can do. When you're doing buy it now, you really just make sure you look around. Look around everywhere. Look around at Amazon. Go to half.com. Half.com is an eBay site that a lot of people don't even know about. It's basically buy it now stuff. Sellers that price their own stuff, they sell it for whatever price they want. Shipping in regular first class is usually $3.50, so it's really not that bad, no matter what game it is. Just look around, make sure you're getting the best price. Make sure your description is good, the condition that you're looking for. If you're looking, let's say, hey, I want to make sure this game's like new, and I want to make sure this game is complete. I want the case, I want the booklet. Then look around for that. And when you find that, don't stop there. Be like, oh, I just keep looking for that condition. And oftentimes, more than not, you may even find it for half the price that the person you found it for first was selling it for. So just make sure you look around, do your homework. Let's see. Buy it nows are really good because a lot of times they will have best offer. Now, best offer is an excellent thing. I'm so glad eBay had it because it's basically you can set the offer, you can make the offer, make your own price. I'm going to be honest. A lot of the times I like to set the offer low because in some cases people will accept it no matter what because they don't care. They just want to sell their game. That happens. That's actually a real thing that happens. But you don't want to think that everyone's going to do that. Best offer's good, but a problem is they can automatically decline. Now, something that should happen, what you should encourage them to do by sending them a note, which you can do with best offer, you can send a note with it, say, please consider my offer, counter it if you like. Now that's what I say, because a lot of times they'll just totally decline your offer. Now, you only have 3 offers to give on an item. If you send an offer and they counter it, then that's still that one offer you sent. Now, if you send an offer and they decline your offer, you have to send an entirely new offer, which uses up essentially 2 offers, and then you only have 1 left. Ask them to counter your offer. Good sellers will usually do that. The problem is sometimes that people won't, they'll just decline it. That drives me crazy. If I really want an item, I'll set my offer a little bit higher than the first offer I sent if they decline my first one. But just be patient. Just be patient. If you really want something, then send them a decent offer. I mean, but it has to be whatever you're willing to pay. I've had games on there that are $100 that I thought was an okay buy it now price, but if they have a best offer, I'm going to send it a little bit lower. I mean, I'm not going to send it a whole lot lower because their price is already good in my opinion, and I don't want to cheat them out of what they have. Sometimes it'd be like $100. I might send them an offer of $85, and sometimes they'll accept it or they'll counter you with $90. So you never know. Now, I'm glad I said be patient because that's a really, really important thing. Something that has happened to me actually recently, not too long ago, was I was bidding on an auction and I was pretty sure I was going to win. And more than that, I just really wanted the items. I wanted what I was bidding on. Now the thing is that when the auction ended, I didn't win, and because I was upset, I went out and found the next highest priced, the next lowest price of that item that I could find, and I just went out and just bought it now. Now that's not always a wise decision. If you want a game, you don't have to get it right now. I don't know how else to tell you this. Yes, some games are rare. Yes, they should only show up on eBay every now and then. But if you're not willing to pay the price, don't pay it. It's not like it's never ever going to show up again. Just be patient. Now, patience is a real virtue. It's something that you really need to acquire over time. but it's really helpful. I mean, if I was not patient with what I have, then I would not nearly have the collection I have. I would not have the great tiles I have and the condition I have them in if I wasn't patient. Um, you just need to wait. Now that's the thing with auctions. That's what's great about auctions. If you're patient, then you'll do well. Um, Many times I like to use buy it now, but auctions are great. Um, that's just a few tips. I don't want to get too deep into anything, but if you're careful, if you really pay attention to the description, pay attention to the listing, make sure you know what you're buying before you buy it, and don't bid higher than you're willing to. Don't pay more than you're willing to pay. That's all there is to it. It's not like, 2 3 days, 2 3 weeks, or months down the year, that you're not going to find the game later on. Maybe even at a better price than they have right now. Because some games, for some reason, like the Spike, for example, Sky Kid for the Nintendo NES, the cartridge alone, I don't know why this happened, but I noticed on the Amazon it was $80 for a cartridge, and on eBay it was $50 or more. For some reason that game spiked. It's not that rare of a game. Right now it's down to, I don't know, $25, which is a little high for Sky Kid, but I guess it is a little uncommon, but I don't know if it's worth that much. You know, just wait. Because just because you see a game at a price, set at a price on eBay right now today, that does not mean that is the set price for that game. Contra is another great example. Contra will often go down in price because there are lots and lots and lots. There are literally hundreds of Contras out there. The reason that it's so valuable and people set a high price at it is because they know people will pay it, because it's a popular game, and because of the fact that it's a popular game. That's why most people keep it in their collection. That doesn't mean you can't get a great price for it. I actually don't have a copy of Contra right now. I sold mine years ago. I'd like to have another copy, but it's not personally a game I would play over and over, so I don't mind. I know there's hundreds of them out there, but right now I'm really not going to pay $40 for it. I've just determined, I'm not going to pay $40 for it, or whatever it is right now. Just wait. Just wait for the games that you want. It's worth it. Plus, when you're waiting, you can save up more of your money from your job or whatever. So, I hope these tips helped you out. eBay can be tricky, but if you're wise and you make the right decisions, then you can definitely make a good, solid buy. Good luck bidding. Good luck on eBay. Happy gaming. God bless, and I'll see you later.